Hey, what's going on, fishy lovers? I'm JR for JR Aquariums, and today we're gonna do a care guide about guppies. Everything you need to know about guppies, we're gonna discuss this. So stay until the end of the video so that way you don't miss any good information. We're gonna go over temperature, feeding, water parameters, everything you need to know about your guppy and how to take a good care, even if for breeding or just to keep them as a pet. So let's get started.
Alright, let's talk about water parameters. I think it's one of the most important things that we need to know for us to be able to keep our fish. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so that way you got all notifications when I upload a new video. Alright, first, you need to make sure your tank is cycle. What this means? This means that your tank have the beneficial bacteria what they need. I will do a video to explain the nitrogen cycle. But let's say your tank is cycle. So guppies love a high pH, 7 to 8 or even higher. But they can also live in lower pH. But they do best in higher pH. This one they thrive, they look better, brighter colors, and they can also breed. Water hardness. What water hardness means? Minerals in the water, such as calcium, magnesium, and other minerals. For me in my tank, I always use crushed coral. That way I can boost my pH and also the water hardness. And I always add aquarium salt. I like to add that extra salt that my fish need. And also calcium, so that way my pH is good and they do better and you can see those beautiful colors. Temperature. They love hot water. 76 to 70 degrees is where they do best, and they will last longer. If you want them to breed faster and also grow faster, you can keep the water at 82 degrees, but they won't last too long. They will last around 18 months. So if you really want them to breed, like you're doing for breeding purposes, you want to like sell fish, or you just want them to grow faster, raise a little bit that temperature to 82 degrees, but remember, they can only will last no longer than 18 months. Now let's go over feeding. Guppies are omnivores. What that means? It means they can eat meat and plants. They will eat everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. You can give them any kind of food. You're always going to hear that we suggest you to feed it with high quality food, but you can find quality food in flakes, pellets, or live food. They love baby brine shrimp, so you can go ahead to the pet store or your local pet store and find some frozen brine shrimp, or breed your own brine shrimp. They love it. They also eat bloodworms if you want to feed them with that. Now let's go about one of the common questions. How often should I feed my fish? So first, you need to know what is your goal, such as I'm trying to breed them or I just want to keep them as a pet. And other factor is to keep in mind how much time do I have to do maintenance on my tanks. Because remember, into more you feed, more the water go bad, and that means more water shake. So let's say you have plenty of time to do tank maintenance and you're trying to breed. So I recommend to feed 3 times daily. Like me, I feed 3 times daily and I always overfeed. Why? I don't need to worry about it because I have my cleaning crew. I have my snails, I have shrimps, and also I have Java moss for my nitrates. So even if my cleaning crew don't pick up that waste or that uneaten food, my cleaning crew will take care of it. And if not, I have my Java moss to suck all those nitrates. Alright, but let's say you're not trying to breed them, you really don't have time, so I really recommend you to do it twice. If you have the time to do it twice a day, like morning before you go to work or before you go to school, and then in the afternoon or at night when you come back from work, that is a perfect time to also I would recommend you to feed your fish. But let's say you are one of the busiest person in the world that you cannot have time to feed them or do water changes, stuff like that. So on a extreme case like this, I would suggest you to do once daily but heavy. What I mean heavy is put a lot of food on it. Why? Because even if they don't eat it all at once, for example, let's say we're using flakes or pellets, those pellets or flakes will sink down to the bottom and you will see them later on, they will like eat it. Like I promise you, they will be looking around the gravel all over the tank looking for food. So in summary, you're trying to breed or you don't care about doing water change or maintenance 3 times daily. If you like an average person, I recommend you twice a day, morning, afternoon, or whenever you come back to work or school, twice a day. And if you're one of the busiest person, extreme case like this, once daily but heavy, like do a lot of food on that serving. All right, let's go over about tank size and tank mates. A minimum of 5 gallons is what I recommend. But if you have a space for a bigger tank, please get a bigger tank. And it also will save you time in maintenance because smaller tanks requires a little bit more maintenance, even if you don't think so. Yes, it's really hard to keep those water parameters. Anyways, let's talk about tank mates. Tank mates for the guppies are mystery snails, ghost shrimps, brittle-nosed pelecos, harlequin rasboras, but those you need to keep them in school 8 to 10. You can also do mollies, swordtails, and platies. These are the fish that I recommend to be with guppies. In my setup, I have mystery snails and ghost shrimps. Why? Because all of these fish, they love a higher pH and they like the same water hardness. So they are great and I can also breed them all 3 in the same tank. So if that's something you're looking into it, go ahead and get that combination because I tell you, it's what really works for me. Alright, lastly, let's go over breeding. For breeding guppies, it's recommended 1 male every 3 females. Females are larger and they have less color. With the males, they are easy to identify because they have longer fins, they have colorful or they bright colors, so you will be able to tell, and they are also smaller than the females. And the adult size is about 2 inches. You can breed them in a 10-gallon tank and up. Guppies are live-bearer. Like with this mean, when babies are born, they already are free swimmers because guppies do not lay eggs. So if you're trying to breed them, remember this: 1 male every 3 females, minimum of a 10-gallon tank. Also, if you want to breed them faster, 82 degrees temperature of the water, but remember this will affect how long they last, but it will speed up the breeding process.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. And also go ahead and hit the bell, that way you will get a notification anytime I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and also if your first language is Spanish, I have this same video in your language so you'll be able to get better understand the information about the care guides of any aquatic species. That's all I have, folks. Thank you for watching. I'm JR for JR Aquatics, out.